Hi, my name is Jamie Strauss. I'm the CEO and founder of Digbee. A number of mining executives have called me recently and asked what are the benefits of disclosing ESG at such an early stage of exploration or early development. And the simple answer, I think, is the three key points of finance, risk mitigation, and M&A. On the finance side, we work in an extremely small pool of capital. And that capital is increasingly incorporating ESG at the heart of its decision-making process. Many of the mainstream finance houses have incorporated stewardship teams now as part and parcel of their process. We need to ensure that we present to them in a way that they can feel comfortable and have credibility within their investment process, and therefore they don't risk their reputation investing in the mining industry. But beyond that is the new pools of capital. Whether it's the younger generations looking to have its sustainable funds, or beyond that, the specific sustainable funds who are looking to invest in the transition to a sustainable future. This is huge amounts of capital that are being targeted towards companies and sectors that can help this future. If we can present to them in a way that addresses their reputation, if we can present to them that in a way that is simple and easy for them to have confidence in the underlying company and ultimately that management team, then we can effectively begin to tap into that capital, a whole new pool of capital that has never been involved in the mining industry. The second point is risk mitigation. Now, there are many different areas of risk mitigation. I'm going to touch on two, but put yourself in a position of a local community who are increasingly communicating through social media, etc., and sitting next to a mine. Now, if you can present them with a means to engage with your company or your project, and you can begin to engage with them in a transparent way, which is the same information that you're presenting to your board, your stakeholders such as financial groups and the local community, they can begin to have confidence. They can begin to track on the core areas of water or social engagement, etc., etc. That should effectively reduce conflict, reduce disagreements, and ultimately have a more engaging process going forward. But in addition to that, it's the risk mitigation of the underlying project. These projects, from exploration all the way through to production, are complex. The industry doesn't have a great track record of developing mines, but we do have almost a requirement now to ensure that these mines are going to be as sustainable as possible in the future. The only way we can effectively do that is by getting in baseline studies in early, beginning to understand the 30 to 35 different topics within ESG, which effectively cover many of the areas that you've already been you've been doing over the decades before. But now being able to codify that, having that as a list with which the board and the management can engage with, and ultimately de-risking the project and getting things done earlier so that we can endear ourselves, whether it's to existing stakeholders or ultimately into the M&A world. And it's M&A which is this third point. M&A is critical to the lifeblood of the mining industry. But the major mining companies are increasingly looking at ensuring that when they make an acquisition, that's not going to affect their own scorecard. But in addition to that, they're also looking to make sure that the assets they buy are going to be sustainable in the long term, because that's what they're beginning to do and to change with their own assets. And those that are ahead of the curve on that, providing a de-risked project which is ready for a sustainable future, will become a more attractive and appropriate asset within the M&A world. I hope that gives you a little bit of an idea as to why I see the early benefits of disclosure are really value add for the smaller mining companies. It doesn't matter how early you are. The Digbee frameworks are designed throughout the entire industry on a right-size basis. They're designed to help the management teams. They're designed to reward management for making positive impact. They're designed to help the boards with the ability to track ESG and engage with their management team, set KPIs in a really simplistic way. And ultimately, it's designed to communicate all of the different work that you're doing so that your different stakeholders, whether they be on the ground in the city or finance or government, so that they can effectively then get out and engage with you, have a transparent conversation, and hopefully come out with a better result. Thank you.